Good morning, Americans. This is your favorite alien and Bubba here on the morning of Sunday, April 18th, 2021. Sitting in for Paul Harvey this morning. Stand by for commentary. Well, Americans, sitting in for Paul Harvey this morning. The news is not very good these days. And today I wanted to do a commentary on President Biden, who has created Cerberus. Remember in World War II, where your parents and grandparents used to say, "The gods of Hannibal live again," referring to the Nazis. The gods of Hannibal. And you guys were probably wondering, what the heck are you talking about? Yeah. So I'm not going to tell you about the gods of Hannibal. But you look it up, and you see why they were saying during World War II, and especially after World War II, 1945, 46, and 47, during the Nuremberg trials, the gods of Hannibal. Look that up and see what I mean, because today's commentary in the news, it's on President Biden creating Cerberus. Now, Cerberus, as you know, is a Greek mythology creature. He's the guardian of Hades, and he's a dog with 3 heads. Okay? And this is what President Biden, in a short time, President Trump in 4 years didn't create Cerberus. President Biden in less than 6 months has created Cerberus. And this is terrible. And Cerberus in this case is the crisis at the southern border. That's one head who's biting him. The shootings, mass shootings in America, who have intensified under his administration, really intensified. That's the second head, and it's biting down the derriere for him. Yeah. And the third, the coronavirus, which has always been biting at him and biting at President Trump for the last year and 4 months. So let's take each head at a time. The coronavirus. Well, as of the evening of yesterday, you got 3 million people dead in this planet from coronavirus. 3 million. And almost 25% of that is here in the United States, with over 580,000 of those. That's over 20%. Okay? That must be saying something there. 3,500,000. And if you look at the total here of the 3 million dead, you got 580,000 in the United States, 374,000 in Brazil, and another 220,000 in Mexico. So that's over 1 million of the 3 million are in those 3 Western Hemisphere countries. Does that tell you you got a big problem here? And none of the countries of the planet, especially President Biden's USA, have a mitigating factor to combat this virus. Oh, the vaccines are coming. But in order to have a vaccine to stand to the virus, you need 100% vaccination, and no country on this planet is going to get 100%. The United States are going to get lucky if you get 70. Maybe push it to 73, but that's the maximum you're going to get. And that's because of what I told you before, President Biden. You need honesty and trust, and neither one of you are giving that. The population's not giving trust, and the government's not giving honesty. So therefore, you got the head of Cerberus, big time. Second head of Cerberus, which is the immigration issue. Well, your solution was to put Vice President Camilla, he's a segregationist, Harris, in charge. And she promptly went MIA. So she's still probably in Vietnam, missing in action. Therefore, that's the end of that problem. I like your solution, President Biden. I do, really. I bet you Mr. Harvey would have been not so nice if he did this commentary. I'm sitting in for him because his legacy deserves to be going on. And he would be telling you, as an American citizen, what it is that you're doing wrong here. He would probably get censored by people like YouTube and Facebook and all those other people who, oh, we got to pay and we need to have our interest looked up in Washington, so we can't have people like the alien or Paul Harvey doing commentaries like this. Yeah. That's the answer to your second thing on the border. There's no solution on here because you got a president that passed a buck, then you got a vice president, Camilla, he's a segregationist, Harris, who went to Vietnam and became MIA. She probably is over there with Hanoi Jane. Yeah. What a combination, huh? Camilla Harris and Hanoi Jane. Ooh. Yeah. Well, that's that second head. So that second head is biting him too, because he's not doing a thing about him. And the third head of Cerberus, the shootings. And he said what the shootings were yesterday, remember? And I quote, "It's a national embarrassment," unquote. Mr. Harvey, if you were listening upstairs, oh, would you really do a comment on him, right? Ooh, yeah, but I'm not going to do that because he already said he's got the answer to that. It's a national embarrassment. So, therefore, if we had 51 shootings, or 52 now, because there was another one in Walmart and Indiana, again yesterday. So we're up to 52 with over 200 people dead. So if you don't have a shooting from now to April 30th, and I guarantee you're going to have at least 2, 3, maybe 4 more. So let's say we keep it at 52. So that means 4 months from now in August 31st, we should have 102 shootings, or more than that probably, because they're going to be exponentially getting worse, and 500 people dead. Whew. Just on the shootings alone, huh? Oh yeah, and don't forget the other shootings that you don't report. The other killings that you don't report. Mothers killing their kids, fathers killing their kids, kids killing kids, knifings, strangulations. Yeah, you don't report those. See what I mean, Americans? You got a Cerberus problem here. And those doggies' heads are munching. I mean, they nobody's put a muzzle on each one of those doggy heads or shut them up or done anything. They're going, bah, 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 and taking a bite out of that. They're like the version of Major. Hey, I got an idea. Let's put Major in the border and see if we can get rid of those illegal aliens, right? Well, he's biting people in the White House, so might as well just put them on the border and says, go after them, boy. Drop, yeah. Oh, Mr. Harvey. See what I mean about the comment? I mean, you would have done it a lot different, I know, because you are an American citizen and you really respect this country. I'm an alien from another planet, and this country has lost our respect. It started losing it when I got here in 1970. With the way you treated your veterans that were coming in from Vietnam. 58,000 dead for what? And then you spit it on the other ones, and you threw them out there in the wolves. And some of them died. Some of them are still old, homeless, or their lives got shattered. Why? Because of the way you treated them. Mr. Harvey has been harping at that ever since that until the day he died. He couldn't understand why you treated veterans that way. I know his son Paul Harvey Jr. made a commentary of that one time when his father couldn't come to the microphone, and he took over that one day. But other than that, there is no solitary person on this United States that's out for the people, out for the individual, and out for the state. The promise of the United States of America under both the Declaration of Independence and your Constitution, which you guys have trashed all over the place, and you guys really need a new one. You guys got to set up society again and make sure it works this time. But what are we going to do with Cerberus? That's the answer that you Americans have to answer to the Biden administration. President Biden, what are you going to do with Cerberus? This is your favorite alien and Bubba, sitting in for Paul Harvey this morning. Good day.